How powerful are banned commander cards in 2026? That's what we're talking about today when we are continuing this series with Primeval Titan. Primeval Titan has quite the history. At 6 mana, the 6/6 Trampler, when it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may search your library for up to 2 land cards, put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle your library. Now, in a format that is so hostile to land hate. What I mean by hostile to land hate, you will chew out your opponents. You will ban them from your home game. Primeval Titan is the key reason why you would ramp to victory. If there is no way to control if there's not enough land destruction in the format or in the metagame, then ramping is one of the most powerful strategies in Commander. And there is no better way to, I don't know, there's no greater card that encapsulates that strategy than Primeval Titan. Yo, Mudasir, what's up? Stormy Cat already says this card is danger. Well, it did back then. Now, but the question is, does it still danger today? Now, you might argue, actually, Primeval Titan is only going to get stronger as time goes on because lands just get better. You're not looking for basic lands. You can get any land, like whatever the hell you want. Mercenary says it was an amazing card for something that came out of a base set when new content was being added into it. And of course, this card, again, is only going to be getting better as time goes on. Now, is it the most devastating thing you can do, though? As games go on, as they get longer and longer and longer, in the slower formats, Primeval Titan is amazing. In like pods where the games are super short, that are like 4 to 5 turns long, I don't know if Primeval Titan is really all that good. I mean, it's probably past its prime to some degree. You could probably make it a game changer today. If you are in a high power format, I do not see Primeval Titan being the prime thing you want to be even doing. Little Deadfly, would you play with this Nikachu? Then it's still good. Maybe if I was in a Simic deck, I might still play this. It's a decent threat. Don't get me wrong. You got a 6/6 for 6, but it is a 6 mana tutor for 2 with a body attached to it. Old Boy says, in an ideal world, people would eat their veggies and Titan isn't banned. The Ghost of Thomas Jenkins says it's not as broken as it was, but the lands it tutors for are getting more broken. Good question though. If in 2026, what are the prime lands to go get if you get any lands? Like, yes, you could argue the most broken lands came from the past. Now there's still good utility lands coming in the future, but like some of those lands need to be in your hand. Josiah, it's really good, but not degenerate. I mean, if I remember correctly, it was banned back in the day, and we'll look at what the real reason why it's banned, but it was banned back in the day because it sucked all the oxygen out of the game. Like, okay, someone has Primeval Titan. Okay, I want to steal your Primeval Titan. I want to copy your Primeval Titan. When Primeval Titan enters the room, he wants to make the whole thing about him. It's just, it's all about me, says Primeval Titan. Look at me. Forget what you're doing. El Winter says, play Primeval Titan, get Urza lands and stonks. Well, you need a lot more Urza lands than that. You'd only have 2. Mudasir, yeah, the fact that it searches for any land, that is troublesome. T. Corellius, the issue of land destruction to counteract the land's prime time gets is a pod issue. But then again, at a higher powered pod, land destruction is almost a given. So I'd say set the prime time free. Okay, Josiah, 2 cloud posts. Is that it though? Oh, with amulet up. Harder to pull off when you're in a commander game. El Winter says, even if land destruction is there, I think the repeatable ramp is the problem. Well, in an ideal world, you're gonna kill this thing. If you look back in the day, if you look back like 6 years ago, it sounds like even further than that, when this thing actually got banned. People weren't playing so much removal. Like it looks like as over time, especially in the CEDH era, people are adding more removal to the decks. They realize, okay, if there is this creature that does things, maybe we should kill it. Maybe we should add Swords to Plowshares to our deck, huh? How about that? So Primeval Titan would be targeted a lot more by just random removal. And of course, yeah, you get some value out of it no matter what, but it's a one-time thing. And then Primeval Titan dies. T. Corella says, yes, true land recursion is very, very easy, so maybe that's a problem. Fan Factor. I thought it was banned because people called it the prime tits. No, I don't. It's not. Don't think so. I never heard of that, by the way. We need to ban. People keep making jokes that it's the prime tits. We have to ban this thing. Okay, we have Erikid with haste. It's pretty gnarled. Josia, instant, thespian stage, and dark depths. Well, while that is a pretty good combo to go get, I don't know if that is the be all end all in a commander game. Not to mention that you all have 40 life, so I mean, maybe you hit someone once, but Merit Lage would not be the end of a pod, and you'd probably get ganged up on anyway. Fan Factor. Also now we have anti-search cards, so we have even more counters. That's right. We have more ways to defeat the Primeval Titan. There are more, yeah, I mean, there's more stifles. So we have more stifles. We have more cards that prevent you from searching. We also have cards that control how you search. What else do we have? There's more anti-ETBs. So like, you know, like there are more torpor orb effects or anything like that right now. The Ghost of Thomas Jenkins says, I'm calling it that now, the prime tits. Well, you can't use it very often because it's banned. You need it unbanned to call it the prime tits. Mudasir, yeah, agree. There are now stronger cards that are allowed in Commander. I think Primetime can return. It's strong, but not broken. Old Boy says 2 lands for 6 is very fair. So yeah, people should run more removal, and this should be a game changer in my opinion. Fan Factor says cards that take what we search. That's true. And Steve Cooper, to me, it would be dubious. I'm unsure. Oh, so you're not sure about this. This is a little sus card for you. Steve Cooper sounds like still has some scars, some mental scars from when Primeval Titan was legal. Oh boy, humility easily. Well, that's always been around. Humility, of course, is a card that you could use. Like there's can't remember. I can't remember. Outside of Torpor Orb, I can't remember the name of all the creatures that are like Torpor Orb. T. Corellius, Primetime was banned in Modern for the longest time, right? No, it actually wasn't. It's never been banned. It's been 100% legal in Modern. When it was unbanned, did it shake up Modern that much? It was always there. Or is it just bluntly a strong, solid card? Is that a metric to use? So actually, the history of Modern, Primeval Titan has gotten a lot of other cards banned, but it was never banned itself. So it got like Summer Bloom banned. It got Once Upon a Time banned. It got the One Ring. I mean, many decks got the One Ring banned, but this is one of the decks that another card that it got banned. So there's a lot of cards surrounding Primeval Titan that got banned, but not Primeval Time itself. Erikid, I mean, with cards like Seedborn Muse and Sphinx, 6 mana is pretty fair for the ability. Yeah, 6 mana doesn't get you as much as it used to. I mean, 6 mana, you better be doing something big. Steve Cooper says, crop rotation was unbanned, but are these two in similar power level? Probably not, but food for thought. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look at what they said. This is what Commander says. MTGcommander.net. Primeval Titan. In a format where 6 mana spells are par for the course, a card which tutors for any 2 non-basic lands and then demands an immediate answer to prevent its owner from further accelerating from mid to end game is problematic. Even if it's removed immediately, the lands it gets are hard to interact with. Not true. Like I said, it's because of the metagame. It's Commander's perception of land destruction that makes that so powerful. If we had more land destruction in the format, which a lot of people don't like, then this is not as big of a problem. The result is that it decides, but not ends the game frequently, and when it doesn't, will often become the focal point for the rest of the game as players fight over it. We want Commander games to be decided by who casts the best big spells, and Prime Time easily tips those scales. Well, that is one of the best spells. It's a big spell. Big time big spell. Also, it's any land. Yeah, no, that's if it wasn't any land, it would be worthless. Arithus, is Dark Depths playable in Commander? It's probably playable. Like I've never played against a Dark Depths deck, but it's like probably playable. Who wouldn't want a 2020 flying indestructible creature? A lot of people can't block those damn things. If Primetime is banned, then ban Craterhoof too. Well, the idea, I guess, based on that commander explanation, Craterhoof is fine because Craterhoof ends the game in one shot. Whereas Primeval Titan, you like the game, they're insinuating the game is over from here, no matter how you interact with Primeval Titan. But the game is going to drag on. It's going to go on for a lot longer. T. Kralis demands an immediate answer. Does Thassa's Oracle have the same effects? I mean, basically. But again, you are playing when Thassa's Oracle is on the stack, you're planning to win the game like that. So when it ETB, you shuffle up for the next game. Oh boy, many EDH players rather complain than build a responsible deck. The Big Nate with Sundering Titan to bring Primeval Titan in balance. Yeah, blow up their lands. Erikid, yeah, I made a deck around Dark Depths and Thespian Stage. Just use Raphael. It does 42 damage. The Ghost of Thomas Jenkins, like, there aren't decks and decks worth of cards that need immediate attention. Craterhoof is also kind of a win more card, says Josia. Is it more a win more card? Like in these, like in the slower games, like Craterhoof is almost necessary because like the board can be like really clogged up by a million creatures from all sides. So having one creature that can give everything like +20/+20 and attack through everything is in my opinion is somewhat necessary. Okay, by the feedback, it sounds like you guys all want it unbanned. Okay, Primeval Titan, you can be a game changer. You don't have to be in all brackets. You can be in just very specific brackets. Okay, Cracker Grit, you can skip ahead of the line. You want to look at Trade Secrets. Let's take a look at Trade Secrets. We have not done that one yet. Trade Secret. I don't have a lot of experience with this card. It's a 3-mana sorcery. Target opponent draws 2 cards. Then you draw up to 4 cards. That opponent may repeat this process as many times as he or she chooses. If I understand correctly, this card basically read, destroy 2 target players. And then they just would watch from the sidelines. You're going to king... I don't know what king make, but you and another player are going to become so powerful, so rich in cards, that the other 2 players are not going to be able to come back from it. And it's like a 1 card. It's basically 1 card, destroy 2 target players. Because 1 player is you and another player are going to be so far up on resources. Because that player may repeat the process, and they'll keep repeating the process until they're like, yeah, my hand is good. Your hand is good. All right, my hand is good too. Mercenary says Trade Secrets is the most OP multiplayer card of all time. T. Krella says, I mean, I've seen Consecrated Sphinx make a full rotation of a table that dragged the game out and seen tables fight over that card for a total time of the game. Oh yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I completely agree. That's a really good point. And honestly, I've seen Consecrated Sphinx equally just like win the game. If a Consecrated Sphinx doesn't get dealt with, then it's just going to win the game. Too much collusion and unfun for everyone. That's not the 2. I know it's not fun watching other players draw their cards. Old Boy says, proof that Wizards of the Coast didn't understand EDH players back then. Do you guys think that this was an EDH card? It came from Onslaught. Okay, so this is the origin story. I don't think they actually did reprint it in Commander. I mean, this is a Commander set. So like, hey, this looks like a good Commander card. No, it's not a good Commander card. So I think originally this was just a 1-on-1 card without Commander or any multiplayer in mind. It's fine, just counter it. Yes. I get the sense there's a lot of people, they don't even want to play blue because they don't want to be a filthy blue player. Counter spells are evil. I can feel people judging me for being a blue player. That's okay. They can judge all they want. They hate me until they need me. They always hate me until they need me, so you have to give some respect to the blue players out there. If we would do suggestions, what about Fast Bond? No, we've done it already. So this is the type of show I'm going to go in alphabetical order, but you can super chat to get out of the alphabetical order. And Trade Secrets is one of them. They rebalanced this in Conspiracy, by the way, but it's a conspiracy, so it's not playable in Constructed. As a Conspiracy as a card. That's right. Good. Well, yeah, that's completely that's completely useless to us. Cracker Grit, printed in a pre-con. Guess back then they didn't realize how broken it was. No, reprinted. Reprint. Remember, Onslaught, people. Onslaught. This is old. This is an old card. Okay. If you're alive back then, you are a grandparent. You are a geriatric in the age of Magic the Gathering, as far as I'm concerned. I was there. I'm old. I'm so old school. Collusion equals politics. Christopher B. just showing up. In an ideal world, parents would stop being such paranoid fools. What the hell? Mercenary, this was made for fun at the start. The prime time is ambiguous in every color. Oh, this is old. Okay, let's stick to trade secrets here. Some of you are behind on the stream. Sorry, Cat, there's a lot of card draw hate now. Bowmasters. Oh, wow, that's true. But you could also draw into hate cards for those cards. I bet, Bowmasters, Shieldred, Needlehead. I'm not familiar with Needlehead. Just counter it against the blue players that plans on draw their deck. Yes. Yeah, I think this is I don't know if this is a perfect argument, but this is a very good argument that we have more card draw hate out there than ever before. Some of it really punishing. Like super, super, super punishing. Is Flusterstorm the best counterspell in EDH? Probably not. Probably. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a CEDH junkie, but Pact of Negation might be the best one if you're a combo player that needs to win the game this turn because it's just 0 mana counter a spell. Mercenary found a signed copy back in 2005. It'd be funny if conspiracies were legal in Legacy. Everything is legal means everything is legal. Too crazy. Please don't. Connor's like, please don't say that. I started an Onslaught. We're all geriatrics here. I started an Onslaught and Masks. I've been around since I started playing, I think, around Nemesis to Invasion. So I started around the Masks block. MTG is older than me, and sometimes it makes me have an existential crisis. Oh my god, the game is older than my existence. Fan Factor says I got this in a Walmart repack, and it was fun when I first started playing. Was it fun for the other players? Was it? Okay, well, I mean, if you want to speculate on getting some trade secrets, maybe it'll come out. Maybe it'll be back. And you can get them at FusionGamingOnline.com, along with your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, your Secrets of Strixhaven prepared cards, and not to mention the Marvel superheroes. You all love your superheroes. They're bringing Wolverine back, and with Thor. Get all your Thor-worthy cards at FusionGamingOnline.com. Use coupon code Nikachu, though, to get 5% off all your purchases. And, of course, it supports the channel. And you all want to support the channel, don't you? I would want to support the channel. Gillum says, pay next turn, just win before you need to pay. Huh? What do you mean pay next turn? Okay, Mercenary says, trade secrets is still way too good in EDH, even with all the countermeasures out there. Eric Kid, I feel like it was banned because it would insta-kill the caster and give other opponents a huge advantage. Insta-kill the caster? How? They're the ones loading up. They're drawing like 40 cards. There can't be anything wrong with that. Gillum says, if MTG being older than them is weird, wait till they learn about chess. Oh my god, yeah. That one's very old. It can go thousands of years back. Even with the updates, I think the latest update to chess, or I would say the latest big upgrade, how would a game call that? A patch. The latest patch to the biggest patch to chess happened like 150 years ago. Outside of that, there hasn't been many rules changes. Oh, 4D chess? I don't play that, that's for sure. El Winter, all those original players being sad over their Black Lotus probably stored somewhere, nowhere to be found. What is this? T. Corellius. Guy's Cradle versus Tolarian Academy. Both are agreeably busted. Why one and not the other? Both ban both or unban Tolarian to make it equal. I think the idea is it's a lot harder to get Guy's Cradle online. You need a board, whereas it's super easy to just spew out a bunch of artifacts and make Tolarian Academy busted. That is the default explanation for why Tolarian Academy is generally banned, and Guy's Cradle is not. I mean, you can generally wipe the board with a lot of sweepers. Then Guy's Cradle just turns into nothing. It's just, it doesn't even add mana. Whereas with Tolarian Academy, you wipe the board. Well, all the artifacts are still in play, and you can just follow it up with like a 20 mana card. Started and revised. You're all children to me. I am not that far. I did not start that long ago. Oh boy, Yu-Gi-Oh is even older. It was played during in ancient Egypt. Prophet of Crufix. We'll get to that card. We'll get to that card eventually. It's all we're doing all the cards in alphabetical order. Okay, how do people feel about this card? Seriously, do we need a poll? Let's get a poll. We got polls now, people. Let's do a new poll. Question: trade secrets. Unban, stay banned. How do you feel? Okay, here we go. We got polls now. Oh, I gotta put somewhere. It's a bad corner. It's a bad corner for a poll. I want it top right. Top right is good. You all have voting power. You vote with 1s and 2s. Whykill is like, unban this trade secrets. Well, I don't see you voting for it right now. You know, if this was a 2-card combination, probably it would be fine because, you know, it's technically a combo, but it's basically a 1-card. It's a 1-card kill for 2 people. Why isn't the poll automated with a click? I don't know how this is created, to be honest. So it's generated through my stream client called StreamYard. It's not being done on YouTube. But I don't care. You know, I'm happy I can do polls here now. Because otherwise I would have to be in the YouTube application simultaneously like StreamYard, and I can't do that. Wow, this is closer than it looks. Gilliam's like, unbanned politics, they're cool. Oh yeah, it's so cool. Hey, let's draw a billion cards and screw over these 2 people. That's basically what you're saying with this card. Didn't we used to have automatic polls? We still do, but it was a lot more work for me to make the thing happen. Now it's like super easy. I think this is cool. We'll have more polls on this show now. Okay, it looks like this card is gonna stay banned. I wish I could see how many people voted. We can't see that many people voting. We have 37 people here. Use democracy, people. Where's my for Palpatine? Democracy. Make it each opponent or scale it up with the number of players. The game needs to end, and this one doesn't. Yeah, there's another feel bad part of this card. If you kill off 2 people, they're gonna watch the other 2 duke it out for who knows how long. That's just how it is around here. Okay, we are next up going to be looking at. Where am I here? What's our next on? Oh, we have Prophet of Crufix. A card that was already asked about. Okay, let's get rid of our... We're going to stop poll. The poll is done. Oh, we had 10 votes for stay banned, 6 votes for unban. Stay banned wins. Prophet of Crufix. We have a 5-mana 2/3 human wizard. Untap all creatures and lands you control during each other player's untap step. You may cast creature cards as though they had flash. I would actually say this card is broken. I don't think it costs all that much. It's a lot of generic mana. And you basically have a free turn. Untap all your creatures, so you get, between your mana dorks and your lands, you just get like a bunch of free mana every single turn. You get basically 4 turns. The only thing missing is your draw step. But if you have maybe another card that allows you to draw a card on everyone else's turn, it's like you have 4 turns a rotation. This card is pretty obscene. Seedborn Muse, but better? Yeah, no. And there's some people who are already frustrated by Seedborn Muse. If you hate blue players, just wait. Fen Factor says, there does need to be more groan. All right, let's go to bed, leave the store to exit. Danny Lau, the first part of her ability is the problem. Oh, the untapping? What is Seedborn Muse? Seedborn Muse. I thought it was just untap. I couldn't remember what Seedborn Muse does. Which half? It was, oh, the untapping. I would figure the untapping is the more powerful part of all this, but as a blue-greenish player, playing creatures as though they had flash, that's pretty damn powerful. I mean, you're almost guaranteed to empty your hand by the time it's your turn. It is a better Seaborn Muse, strictly better. Especially since you get to add blue. Blue is amazing. Once you get addicted to blue, you can't go back. We got old boy, kind of like Ice Till Explorer, 2-card engine combined into one. Steve Cooper, separately, those abilities are fine, but together you play all your cards on everyone else's turn. Gillum says, yo dog, I heard you like turns. Yeah, so like Profit Accrue Fix is secretly a far, I don't know about superior, but it's secretly pretending to be a lighthouse chronologist. That's the way I look at this. So you might be missing the extra card every single turn, but you basically can do the same thing every turn. You're untapping all your lands and creatures, and if you build your deck around this, I mean, that's all you need it to do. The sum is definitely greater than all its parts. Cracker Grit. Was Profit good in Standard? I was a red mage back then. It was miserably terrible. This card is not nearly as good in one-on-one. I was there. You know what the problem was? Actually, with Theros, there was just very few powerful cards, and it sucked all the oxygen out of the format. So, like, you played a mono blue deck, there was a mono black deck, there was a control deck. That was basically it. It was a 3-deck format, as Standard usually is. So there wasn't a lot of room to, like, build around this. Josia, it's like casting 3 Time Walks every single turn. Why not? Seedborn untaps mana rocks. Oh yeah, because it's all permanents. The Ghost of Thomas Jenkins. With as much ramp as green has, the amount of lands just gets bigger each step. Fan Factor, the enchantment version was broken? I'm not actually familiar with that. Gillum, that's just classic Simic shenanigans. Oh yeah, the devotion meta. Why are most of these cards blue or green or both? You know, I don't know where I heard this from, but they said designing for Simic is the hardest color combination. The card is either like absolute crap or it's broken. Like it's very hard to make a balanced Simic card because of just what Simic does in terms of like land ramp and the blue flash speed and card draw and the green life gain. Like if you just combine those two, if you push it a little too far, then it's you know, it's like a singularity. It becomes way too powerful. But if you don't go far enough, then it becomes crap. Christopher B, 7 minutes behind. If the 6 pieces were MTG icons, which cards would they be? I have no idea. Gillum, because Simic is just the break the game slice of the color pie. I can tell you from Modern's perspective, Simic is either like insane or it's garbage. It has historically barely had a presence, but then when Uro was printed, then all of a sudden everything was Simic. Simic was all the rage, all the rave. Green for ramp, blue for the say no, because Simic deserves it. Arethusa, they either crap or crack. Ramp and card draw for the win. Kano says, is that why there's a million draw card, drop land, battlefield cards? Probably. They don't have anything else better to do. Blue-green thrives on resources and ramp. That's a really good point, and that's actually quite strong for Commander. Resources. We must build additional pylons. Oh boy, they balance Simic by giving it only value and no real win cons. Fan Factor, blue covers green, green's CA weaknesses. Oh, color. I don't know what CA stands for. And green covers blue's fatty weaknesses. Green covers, card advantage weaknesses. Gillum, because green can do everything. Christopher B, show idea. Vehicles that aren't vehicles, like spacecraft that aren't spacecraft, mounts that aren't mounts. That's a weird show, but we actually probably could do that. Thanks so much, Steve Cooper. All right, why did they ban... did we look at the explanation for trade secrets? We didn't. Okay, we have to look at the explanation for trade secrets first. Trade secrets is a flag bearer for the banning principle of cards which interact poorly with the multiplayer nature of the format. Well, why did you reprint it? You fools! As it's a cheap spell that allows 2 players to collude, draw unlimited cards, and then box the other players out of the game. So everything that we said. And now we're going to look at Profit Accrue Fix. Profit Accrue Fix creates a gameplay pattern where the controller of the card can interact and meaningfully play during each other player's turns. This inevitably leads to one player monopolizing playtime without definitively ending the game. That's a weird explanation. So they're like, okay, you get to play more cards, you get to do more things than everybody else. This seems like a weird reason to ban this card. I thought it's powerful. Because you get to do more stuff, you are winning. So is the card actually powerful? Because this is what the show is all about. It's like how powerful are banned commander cards. It's not like how time wasting are commander cards. How much do people just hate playing against it? Like, how actually powerful is this card? It's a fair reason to keep it banned. Does green still have card advantage problems, though? Oh, probably not. Also, who the hell plays mono green? You always pair it with something else. Yeah, it's my turn again and again. As I said, only value and no win con. The card is insane. It is powerful. Okay, well let's take it up with a poll. We have the power of the polls. Profit of Accrue Fix. Unban. Stay banned. Only you guys can bet on this. Gillum says, oh yeah, it's powerful, but it's really unfun too because the Simic player just plays solitaire. Well, no, remember, they only get like one turn. They're not completely monopolizing the game. It's got a similar vibe to Lighthouse Chronologist, which I understand a lot of people hate. But, I mean, okay, you get a turn, then I get a turn at your end step. Next player also gets a turn. Well, I guess the people, they think it's still powerful. All right, it's so powerful, it's going to stay banned. Sorry, Profit Accrue Fix. But you know what? If you always wanted to play with this card and you just couldn't find it in Commander, you could always choose to play it in another format. With Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards on Magic Online. Your ability to play any deck, any format you want in, any format on Magic Online. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu_Z4M for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. Also, don't forget, you can play Commander on Magic Online, where it'd be one-on-one, CEDH, casual. There's some casual pods that are like, no counter spells, no two-turn combos, no fun. If you love playing a Commander game that has no fast games, you can get that on Magic Online and rent the cards anytime with Mana Traders. All right, let's go back. We're going back. And next up, Profit Accrue Fix, you have been voted off the island. Recurring Nightmare. What? Is this ban-worthy? 3-mana enchantment, sack a creature, return Recurring Nightmare to its owner's hand. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery. Really? Is this actually, no fun, the guy who banned everything. Mercenary says, Recurring Nightmare plus Kokusho equals win the game. Okay, that's fine. All right, well, we can't have 2-card combos anymore? Has no one ever heard of a 2-card combo? I always find that when people bring up the argument of, well, this card's broken with this card. It's a 2-card combo. We have millions of those. It's like, if you want to ban 2-card combos, well, that ban list is going to be enormous. It's going to be stupidly big. I mean, I guess, for example, your commander could be, is there a 2-card combo with Kiki Jiki? Maybe not. I guess the argument you were making is a commander can combo with this. Unban everything would be fun. I would love it. T. Corellis, what? You mean you don't like playing solitaire? Still better than being up against stacks, in my opinion. I'd rather chew on tinfoil than play against stacks. Does chewing on I feel, does chewing on tinfoil it's actually bad for you? Is chewing on tinfoil bad for you? Those are the things like I learned when I'm a kid, but I never questioned it. Chewing on tinfoil or aluminum is not acutely poisonous, but is a bad idea because it can trigger a sharp, painful electric jolt in your mouth and wear down your tooth enamel over time. All right, it does something. It is not a good idea. Not that I wanted to chew on tinfoil. It's just like, it's like, don't swallow your gum. Like, are you serious? Kids swallow their gum all the time. It's like, don't swallow your gum. It's going to sit in your stomach for like 30 years. Was a bigger issue back with metallic fillings. Could still be the same thing. If you like metallic fillings. My dentist, no metallic fillings. They don't do it. Chewing on tinfoil is painful. Gillum is speaking from experience. Sometimes you're so hungry to eat your sandwich, you eat a little bit of the tinfoil that was wrapped in, just by mistake. Why would you chew on tinfoil? Kids are curious, Okay, fan factor. This is one of those the game state never changes argument. Is it? It acts similar to a battery. Chewing it creates some kind of energy. Really? We can create electricity. Just have to chew on tinfoil. Yeah, L Winter. I'm full of microplastics anyway. There we go. That's the spirit. We're all full of garbage at this point. In fact, I knew someone would take a 9-volt battery and touch their tongue with the foil. Gum in your stomach thing is BS from what I hear. Yeah, I mean, that's why I brought it up. Okay, the Ghost of Thomas Jenkins says, we've seen worse cards since this was banned. This seems like, I don't know. I mean, it's just a reanimator card. Like, big deal. I mean, so to some degree, we should all have some sort of spot removal in our deck. To some degree, we should have Graveyard Hate, right? We should have Grafdigger's Cage. We should have access to Tormod's Crypt. We should maybe have a Relic of Progenitus around. Wait, what? Kids swallow gum all the time. Do I remember your strange addiction? No, I don't. Everyone has it. You mean even the addiction of buying cardboard crack? Eldrazi chew on tinfoil. Okay, Old Boy says the reasoning for the ban was that it's hard to interact with. No joke. Well, you could... Okay, so you can counter this. You can stifle this. I admit it's sort of awkward to interact with, because part of activating this is returning it back to your hand, and at that point you can't do anything about it. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. But we have don't we have like so many cards now that prevent, like, we have cards now that say if a card would enter the battlefield and it wasn't cast, it gets exiled. We have cards like we should have a good chunk of Graveyard Hate in every deck, like a little bit of something. It's sorcery speed. How are you not interacting? Also, you have to sacrifice a creature so you can blow up all their creatures. That's a little bit easier said than done, I suppose. The only reason this is scary is that it's repeatable. Other than that, it is fine. El Winter, my strange addiction was a show where they would show weird addictions, something like chewing sandpaper. That is very bizarre. I don't remember that at all. Oh, but you weren't asking me. Leon Corgi, the show My Strange Addiction, My Strange Addition, they did stories on people with weird addictions like eating chalk. Oh, you're talking about a show. Yeah, I never seen that. Never heard of it. Eating chalk. I could see that. I think eating chalk probably is on the same lines of maybe like biting fingernails. Biting fingernails is a bad... I bit my fingernails a few times and it was amazing. And I'm like, holy crap, now I understand why people do this. And I'm like, no, okay, I gotta stop. I'm gonna wear my fingernails down to nothing. So I very quickly... There's something satisfying when the bite gets through. I just enjoyed it too much and I realized, yeah, I can't keep this up. So I like hard quit after I did it 7 times. Eating Smarties like eating chalk. You just gotta coat that chalk. Okay, we're very far off topic. Okay, so people don't seem to care about this card. So let's look at the reason why they banned it. Outside of counter magic, it's nearly impossible to stop this card. That is baloney. Graveyard Hate stops this card. It's nearly impossible to stop this card from doing its thing once it gets going, because recurring it to its owner's hand is part of the cost of activating its ability. If your graveyard is sufficiently stocked, it's entirely possible that once you draw Reoccurring Nightmare, it's the only spell you'll want to play for the rest of the game. So what? It's like, that's like Underworld Breach, right? Isn't that like Underworld Breach? If we have Underworld Breach, I don't know why we can't have Recurring Nightmare. But you know what? It's not me that's going to decide this. I think it's all going to be you guys. So let's make a new poll. Recurring Nightmare. Unban, stay banned. Is it too powerful? To be honest, I'm not really asking. The show is not about the cards being banned or unbanned. I'm much more curious to know how powerful it is today. And I don't see it as being that any more powerful than Underworld Breach. And Underworld Breach probably should be banned for being powerful. Because Graveyard Hate doesn't exist. I guess Graveyard Hate is just something people don't like to play. I don't mind Graveyard Hate. Like, is it so hard to play Relic of Progenitus? You literally can crack it and draw a card off of it. You don't even lose anything. I guess one problem is a lot of people like to play with their graveyard. So no one wants to play with symmetrical Graveyard Hate. Recurring Nightmare is recurring. Surprise Pikachu face. Yes, very surprised. Okay, this looks like it's a pretty easy unban. You are not powerful in 2026, Recurring Nightmare. We can unban you. Graveyard Hate is just a dead card to have in your hand a lot of time. Feels bad. That's Relic of Progenitus. Like, have you not heard of Relic of Progenitus? Let me look at this. Relic of Progenitus. It's card neutral. So it's 1 mana, barely costs anything. Target player exiles a card from their graveyard, so you can just tap it. Or you pay 1, exile it, exile all cards in all graveyards, and you get to draw a card. All right, you benefit. You ain't losing nothing off of this. It's a free roll, and there's a few cards out there that are similar to that. Or you could play with, what's it called, Unlicensed Hearse. So it's basically like a creature. So you're exiling the graveyard, but you can also beat the snot out of people at the same time. All right, we had 13 for unban, 3 for stay banned. Too many people just watching the show passively here. You gotta be part of the democracy, everyone. You also got to take into account the players that get mad and say, just let me play my graveyard. What, I can't interact with your thing? You ever heard of interaction? This is Magic the Gathering. Anyone who gets angry that you didn't let them play solitaire, baloney. They definitely are not, they shouldn't do it. Card neutral equals do nothing. No, but you interacted with their stuff. So it's card neutral. In a worst case scenario, it's card neutral. Best case scenario, it's like counter target spell draw card. Think of it that way. So like worst case scenario, if there's no graveyard threat, you get to cycle it. It's cycle. It's just 2 mana cycle. Best case scenario, it's counter target spell draw card. That's how you should look at it. And at instant, you can do it anytime you want. Yeah, Magic players, when they play Magic, big surprise Pikachu face. It's hard to interact with if you don't run interaction. Yeah, surprise. Surprise. Next card we're looking at. Oh my god, Raphalos. Let's look at the OG one. Green for a 2/1 legendary elf. Maybe one of the most legendary elves out there. For being one of the most busted, or it's supposed to be one of the most busted elves. Tap, add 1 green mana to your mana pool for each forest you control. Honestly, I don't really get this card. And my reason is, if you're playing with a lot of forests and you need to get the payoff, you're not playing with non-basic lands, you're not playing with utility lands. Are you playing with Sol Ring? Not Sol Ring. Are you playing with City of Traders? Are you playing with Ancient Tomb? Are you playing with Wasteland, Strip Mine? Are you playing with you can't even play with, I mean, I guess you could play with Guy's Cradle. That would be one of the cards. Yeah, I mean, Yavimaya Hollow exists. But if you don't have that, then this card might not tap for all that much. Maybe not anything. It is any forests. But if it's your commander, then it's gonna. Okay, sorry. I was thinking like it's any forest. Could be like tropical island. It can be taiga. But if this is your commander, then you're not gonna have access to those colors. Danny Luo says, I always don't get the reason of hard to interact with. In that case, so many cards are hard to interact with, but they are not banned. I totally agree. Gillum says, green doesn't need more mana. Stay banned. Leon says, it was actually legal in Commander Cube. So, and then how did it perform in Commander Cube? Just out of curiosity. I don't, like, if they unban this, would it actually be, like, supremely broken? I'm not convinced. Like, you have to bend your deck around this card. I think you have to make a lot of concessions to make this thing good. You know, I sort of look at the average commander board state, and it's a lot of mana rocks, not so much like mana lands. And if there are mana lands, then they're not basic lands. This deck says you must sacrifice most of your utility lands so that you can make this card good. Play this with profit. Impossible, right? Because you're stuck to mono green here. Nikachu, do you sleep? I do. I sleep very well usually. Oh boy, Raphaelis into prime time to get your Yavimaya. There we go. But you just need both of them. It says you've been streaming for 12 hours. Oh, no. I set up the stream 12 hours ago. Man, have we been talking about commander cards for 12 hours? That would be a hell of a stream. I deserve more donos. Maybe one day we'll do like a custom stream, a custom card stream that goes 12 hours. Like the show ends when the super chats end. Why kill? Double mana in mono green as a commander equals keep it banned. Toilet Duck, type 3 for the comedy option. Mercenary says, I was shocked when Sutphin still had proof copies of this card when a friend of mine went to go buy proofs off of him. I guess because it was always banned. Was this card like always banned from the beginning? How long did this card last? It's like, this card's obviously busted. Just ban the crap out of it. T. Corellius, hot take, unban, strong as F. However, its one toughness has no protection stapled onto it. Leon Corgi, people don't play only forests anymore. I know. So people play with utility lands, but in addition to that, I like what T. Corellius was saying. We have a lot of removal now. This thing hits the battlefield as summoning sickness. It's going to get shot down immediately. I genuinely don't think it would be nearly as strong as it was in the past. It would be like, I would think the strongest it would act is like in the earlier turns of the game where, I don't know, but it would just be like a 2-mana 2/1 that adds 2 mana to your mana pool. If you need Yavimaya to make it work, then Raphaelis would likely be ineffective in your deck without Yavimaya, and you probably really would need to tutor for that thing all the time. Mean Brule, I think the worst they could do is cards like Instill Energy on him, otherwise it's not that bad. Raphaelis was banned because it ramped you to 12 mana turn 3. Yeah, but I think in an age where people were just like gold fishing versus each other, which is not fair. Also dies to a slight breeze. Yeah, so like, I think it was banned at a time, less utility lands, also less incentive to kill creatures. You know, Commander just did not evolve enough as a format at that time. Blinksomniac, it's not as bad as pairing it with Green Devotion mana dorky cards. Green has a lot of land ramp. Yeah, but what lands do they get? What was your longest stream? My longest stream might have been like 10 hours, but it was a gameplay stream. I don't remember though. I've definitely gone like 6, 7, 8 hours before. Not on this show though. Okay, this card in the 99 with the Shia Soul of the Wild is scary. It's like infinite mana. Custom limit to 10. Yeah, maybe something like that. Or I just have no limit. If someone wants to buy like, I don't know, 100 cards, go for it. We just see what happens one day. Unlimited. If anyone wants to irresponsibly empty their bank account into my bank account, I'll let it happen for one day. Raphaelis is just as strong as if it was legal in Modern. It was unbanned at first? Okay, so it did get to live for a little while. Yeah, we talked about Golos in a prior stream. So we're doing it all in alphabetical order, and we're at Rofellos. Ban Badger Mole Cub too. Ban Badger Mole Cub. Hell Winter 20. I don't. You know what? I'm too old for this. If I was younger, if I was like 25 years old, I would do a 24-hour stream because I was staying up for 24 hours all the time anyway. Now, if you maybe do a 24-hour stream, my brain would melt at like hour 20. I would not be able to do it. Longest custom stream was 4 hours. Good God. I cannot tell you how much my brain is like a pile of goo after those those really long custom streams. Yeah, Dimitri would drop the grand for the custom set. Yeah, you can say MD. If you want to see Golos, go check out the prior videos. This is part 4. I think we did Golos somewhere in part. Where's Golos? Golos is an earlier one. It's in part 2, I think. Episode 200 of custom should be a long one. Good God. How far are we? You're keeping track. I'm not. Okay, Rofellos. Let's see why it was banned. Let's see why it was banned. Rofellos. Rofellos is unique in its ability to consistently provide access to 6 mana on turn 3 as a commander. What the hell? Regardless of which cards are played in the rest of the deck. This card is banned for doing too much too fast with minimal deck building restrictions. That explanation is garbage. And I'll tell you why. Because just with mana rocks, you can have access to 6 mana turn 3. There's so many combinations of 6 mana turn 3 in Commander now. How the hell does this matter at all? Turn 1 Soul Ring. Turn 2 play land, Matador. Turn 3 you have 6 mana after playing another land. So I don't think it's powerful. I don't think it's as powerful as it used to be. I don't think it is what I think it's out of date. I think the power level of this game has completely blown by it. But I mean, I'm not entirely sure. How would you guys feel about this? Unban or stay banned? Let's show the poll. Vote away. Christopher B says Rofellos, like Aurum, still has not seen a modernized retrain. They're overdue significantly. Surefire Self says the problem is this is too consistent due to the fact you can run it into the command zone. Yeah, but you need the forests to make it work. If you don't have the forests, it's worthless. And I still argue that's like a big concession to your deck building. Turn 1 Soul Ring, Signet already gets you to 4 mana before. I know. So the explanation is BS. I get it, but like everyone plays with fast mana. Just make it a game changer. And then you just play in a high power, fast mana bracket. And it's no different from any of the other decks. It's really not that much different. With this card, you have 6 mana every time, all the time. Only if you're playing with like Mono Forest. If you're not playing with Mono Forest, you've created a different deck building problem. And by the way, so if you go Mono Forest with your deck, you play Rofellos turn 2, and someone kills it, you're just super big sad face. Really big sad face. Running a lot for basics is somehow bad. Yeah. In my opinion, if you're playing with like the payoff with this card is you need to be playing with a lot of forests, like a lot of forests. You're probably very minimal utility lands. I love playing with utility lands. I love my wastelands. I love my Ottawaras. I love my sink into stupors. I love my what's it called? Strip. I love my strip mine. Love my not ancient runes, Talarian runes or whatever. So I love my non-basic lands. If you want to play with this card, you have to scrap out most of the non-basic lands for basics, and you're now just vulnerable to having a more watered-down deck. Won't Yavimaya Cradle change this with that, though? But then you need to draw a Yavimaya. If you don't have it, that's, these are lopsided games. Not to mention your opponents can still interact with those cards. Rofellos is banned in EDH. Yes! It's super banned in EDH. Gillum says, yeah, but Soul Ring isn't your command zone. No, that's true. Yeah, but you can interact. I think it's easier to interact with creatures than to not. All right, anyway, you guys think this should still stay banned. All right, Raphaelis, apparently you're still too powerful in 2026. I very strongly disagree. Super strongly disagree. We have Saint Zykurin with the super chat. Are you saying unban it? Unban it? Ooh la la, 300 card, then watch. What the hell does that mean? Thank you so much for that super chat. What? This is the most random super chat I ever got. Are you saying unban? I'm saying unban it. Oh, are you talking about the price? Yeah, it would probably become more than a $300 card. It'd probably go 300. I swear to God, it will drop down. People realize the card is not nearly what it used to be. So you're saying it should be in the 99? No, you can make it a commander. I don't care. You can make it a commander. People will call me crazy. Okay, this is a bit of a weird card. Shahrazad. This is like the type of card, it's like an anti-game changer. It's like you can't play this in the higher, you're not allowed to play this in the higher bracket decks, but maybe you can play it in the lower bracket decks because they don't mind playing a second game on top of their regular game. White sorcery players play a magic subgame using their libraries as their decks. Each player who doesn't win the subgame loses half their life rounded up. It's banned next. The game will never end. Card, nope. Let's make this 2-hour game twice as long. Okay, I'll assume that this is like the easiest ban. Let's look at the explanation though for Shahrazad. They have some sort of explanation. Did anyone even play with this card back in the day? Let's get rid of this widget. Okay, we've got Shahrazad. Seems like the kind of fun, wacky spell that Commander wants to promote in the format. Unfortunately, resolving it is something of a logistical nightmare in most circumstances, and the spell ends up causing a lot of bad experiences as players seem to love copying and recurring it, turning the game into a slog. Basically a never-ending inception of games. Yeah, I can completely get behind that. Okay, Shahrazad. Question is if it's too powerful, but you know what? We'll just say it's just a bunch of BS. Multiplayer, multiple people all playing this in one game. Yeah, I think that's the biggest problem. If it was one sub game and it said like there can no longer be any more sub games for the rest of this, like for the rest of the match, it'd probably be fine. Little Deadfly says, no, but my brothers who are avid Magic players wish to buy it someday to play it at kitchen table. I wouldn't mind owning one. Unfortunately, it's $460, so I can't really justify wasting my money on that. See, I keep your guys' super chats in mind. I don't want to waste your super chats on Shahrazads. Hey, look, everyone, I got a Shahrazad with your super chats. Sundering Titan. An 8. Wow, this card is banned in Commander? It's an 8-mana 7/10 golem. When Sundering Titan enters the battlefield or leaves the battlefield, choose a land of each basic land type, then destroy those lands. So, I mean, I've played against this card a good chunk of times in 60-card Magic, and it's pretty strong in 60-card Magic too, if you can get it out. If one player is a multicolored deck, it's like a 4-for-1 in some cases. Yeah, I know, right? Free the Titan. Unban more land destruction. I guess it's just banned because people hate land destruction that bad. There is no way at a competitive level that this is a problem. Like, no way. It's just miserable when it's blinked. Oh. Still deal with it. It's weak now. Unban it. Destroy it in response to it getting blinked. This is banned because of the 5-color. The cowards. That's right. Maybe I don't even care about this card because I'm a monocolor player. Sure, blow up my island. You'll blow up my... I have definitely played against enough people in 60-card Magic where they had to blow up more of their own lands than my lands. And that was just the cost of playing this card. Alex says, it's kind of boring to play against, but I don't know if it should stay banned. Remember, this is a power level show. Is it too powerful for 2026? Plingsomniac says, Tinker's still banned. I still own a bunch. We'll get to it next show, because this is going to be, I think this is going to be the last card. We'll start, does the next show start at Tinker? Not exactly. Remind me of your super chat, Blinksomniac. We'll start at Tinker. So MD says, might be wrong about this. Okay, make more indestructible lands and everything is fine. You can, I mean, we have indestructible lands already. MD says, it feels do nothing. Most EDH decks run little cards with basic land types. Well, it's not even just the basic land type. It's there's a lot of dual lands that are basic land types, right? So like Tropical Island or Breeding Pool or Surveil lands now have basic land types. And those cards are still powerful. Can't run this is actually true. You just run complete non-basic types and play around this whole thing. Just don't play with basic land types. You know, don't fetch for anything. But you know what's funny, actually? One of the more budget players would actually beat this card because they've got those stupid lands that come into play tapped in like Gain a Life. Crawdaddy, it destroys lands on leaves the battlefield too. Ooh, so it's double problematic when it gets blinked. Toilet Duck, fun thing to do. Actual fun, not guaranteed. Use Hive Mind-like abilities on Shahrazad. Oh my god. That's terrible. Why kill? Sundering Titan should be run by everyone. Unban it. Oh yeah, it's colorless. Anyone can play Sundering Titan. In Eldrazi, it's just an easy make your opponents cry. Saint Zykurin. Once upon a time, someone made a deck where you duplicate the effect and wipe out all the lands. It was played in combination with Crucible Worlds and got the lands back. Oh, wait, well, you know what? Some people, well, I don't know, you guys, but remember, is it too powerful? Sundering Titan. Let's get the poll while we're doing things. Unban. Keep banned. I think the land destruction crowd is going to be super biased here, like super ultra biased. You may know, Surfire Selves says, you may notice that the ban list does not like non-deterministic game extenders that also make the game a slog to get through or don't win you on the spot. This is one of them. Kano's just like, it's 8 mana. 8 mana is like nothing in Commander, to be honest. 8 mana in Commander, is nothing. Also, it's an artifact creature, easy to cheat. MD is like, I forgot half of these cards. Because they're banned. We don't see them that often anymore. 2 weeks of no Magic are showing now. My god, I haven't played Magic in 2 weeks. I don't even remember how this game works anymore. What's the stack? Alex says, I think I am mostly for unbanning all creatures costing 8 mana or more, like Grizzlebrand, Sundering Titan, Emrakul, Iona. Yeah, Omniscience ends the game too very often on the spot, and it's not banned. Bolt says, I can be convinced either way. Oh yeah, a lot of people seem to be, so far the poll says, no, it's over here. The poll says unbanned so far. T. Corellius, imagine this in a clone deck. Heard you like Sundering Titan. No, a really good argument you guys said is just don't run so many basic land types, and that's a really good way of playing around this thing. Super good, easy way. Firefox says, if the game didn't make it so easy to play that without paying 8, it wouldn't be too powerful. Leon Corgi, adversity is what makes games fun. More games need to make players sweat. Well, in this case, it makes people sweat less and groan more. Crawdaddy, I personally don't care. I'm pro land destruction. But I can see this being too frustrating with Goblin Welder. Gillum says, it's too painful in Brawl. I do not want to play against it in Commander. Well, I mean, Brawl is a completely different format, right? So you see, you have Commander, Oathbreaker, and then you have Brawl. It's legal in Brawl. So you're telling me it's so painful in Brawl. Okay, if it's legal in Brawl and hasn't been banned, I think that's a good argument that it should be unbanned in Commander and just be made a game changer. Remember, we can unban these things and game changer it. Blinksomniac, right of replication with Shahrazad. What are you doing? What are you doing? Unban Tentacle Mommy? Some people like mommies. Some people like tentacles. Off topic, why isn't there a waifu secret lair of Emrakul yet? Maybe there is. I don't know every card. Surefire Selves, the thing is the color that would be running artifact cheat against basic lands. Red is the exact color combo that runs anti-non-basic lands, like Price of Progress. Kano says, just don't forget to use deodorant if you sweat a lot. Blue Bomber, I'm okay with land destruction, but only if you can win with it. If you're just stalling with it, I'm not okay with it. Gilliam's like, it's legal in Brawl, and I hate it.
No, God, please, no.
Zykurin, well, hold on. If we had more land destruction, would you not see more ban lands being playable? You mean man lands or ban lands? Don't know what ban lands are. Ban all the blink cards or cards that could be blinked. Alex, I think I love the art and the concept of the creature. Just a gigantic artifact titan destroying the glimmer void of the Mirrodin. Only the colorless may survive. Still in the making. Use Tinker on Sundering Titan. Yeah, are you speculating hard on that thing, huh? Okay, why is Sundering Titan banned? What is it? What's the reason here? Commander, mtgcommander.net. There are many lands that players would love to see leaving the battlefield, but Sundering Titan doesn't target those. Decks that blink or bounce Sundering Titan can utilize its effect repeatedly, leading to an environment where it's nearly impossible for opponents to keep basic lands in play. You hear that? This is how we're going to keep Raphelos. This is how we're going to keep Raphelos in check. Leading to an environment where it's nearly impossible for opponents to keep basic lands in play. Basic land destruction is a predictably unpopular mechanic, especially in an environment where you don't know the people you're playing against. So, okay, so they admit, they fully admit in this that it's fine. It just depends on the pod. They literally just admitted in there, it is fine. It is completely pod dependent. And that's why we have a bracket list now, right? This is exactly why we have a bracket list. Deodorant has tinfoil in it. Well, we're not chewing on it. Lands that were banned. Only like 2 or 3 lands are banned in Commander. Not that many. And they're like Tolarian Academy. It's not easy to interact with Tolarian Academy. The Ghost of Thomas Jenkins. Yeah, I mean, I'm more in favor of banning the blink mechanic than I am banning cards that can be blinked. Torpor Orb also exists. That's true. Yeah, we forgot about that. Torpor Orb exists. And other Torpor Orb-like effects. Ding, ding, ding. Bracket list and game changers. And based on everybody's opinion, it looks like this card is not too powerful for 2026. It's an excellent card. All right, that's it for today, everybody. Thank you very much for the discussion. By next week, this will be the end of our discussion of banned Commander cards. But I love hearing everybody's opinion here today. As usual, if you want to be part of the show, here Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 9 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Or for the evening crowd, you can be here Tuesdays, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the show, by the way. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you Super Chat to be part of the show. Or Super Chat so other people are part of the show. I love the discussion coming from everybody, like Little Dead Fry. Alex, who wants to bring back Tolarian Academy. I'm all for it, but I don't know how we can convince everyone. Gilla, Mercenary, Raznab, Old Boy, Christopher B, Kano, Jack Solaris, Blink Somniac, Steve Cooper, Gillum, and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees. I don't have much coffee left over here. And we're going to keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.